When I married Tessa, I believe we had built a life based on love, trust, and commitment. For 6 years, we shared everything. Our dreams, our struggles, our home. But somewhere along the way, things changed. She became distant. Her phone was always on silent late night. Work meetings became frequent, and she stopped looking at me the same way. I brushed it off as stress. I thought maybe she was going through something she just wasn't ready to talk about. But deep down, I knew something was off. Then one night, I finally confronted her after seeing flirty texts pop up on her phone. She didn't even deny it. Instead, she laughed bitterly and said, "You don't own me." Her tone was cold, her eyes void of any guilt. That moment shattered something in me. I had loved this woman with all my heart, and she tossed it aside like trash. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just nodded and said, "Okay." That night, I didn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling, playing her words over and over in my mind. "You don't owe me." She was right. But what she forgot was that I didn't owe her anything either. Not loyalty, not kindness, not even an explanation. That's when I decided to leave. Not just her, but everything she had grown comfortable with. The next morning, while she slept and like nothing happened, I got to work. I quietly packed up everything that was mine. The furniture I bought, the electronics, the photos, the dishes, even the curtains. Everything I had paid for with my own money. I had receipts for all of it. I rented a moving truck, called a few friends, and by the afternoon, the house was bare, like no one had ever lived there. But I didn't stop there. Before I walked out the door, I left the divorce papers on the kitchen counter, right next to a printed copy of her text conversations with the guy she was cheating on me with. I didn't write a note. I didn't need to. The silence of the empty house would say enough. She called me over 20 times when she woke up. The messages started off angry, accusing me of being dramatic and childish. Then they turned desperate. "Where are you? What did you do?" But I ignored them all. She made her choice. Now she could live with the consequences. I moved into a small apartment that same day. It wasn't much, but it was peaceful. No tension, no lies, no pretending. I finally felt like I could breathe again. I started focusing on myself, working out, reading, getting back into hobbies I had abandoned during the marriage. Slowly, I began to heal. Tessa tried to reach out several more times. She even showed up at my new place once, crying and begging for another chance. She said she had made a mistake, that she missed me, that she didn't know what she was thinking. But it was too late. Trust is like glass. Once shattered, it's never the same. I learned later that the guy she was cheating with ghosted her not long after I left. Apparently, he wasn't interested in a full-time relationship, just the thrill of sneaking around. I won't lie, knowing that gave me a quiet sense of satisfaction. Karma has its way of working things out. Some of my friends said I should have made a scene or embarrassed her, but that's not who I am. I didn't need revenge that screamed. I wanted revenge that echoed. One she'd remember every time she walked into that empty house. Now, I'm in a much better place. I've rebuilt my life on my own terms, surrounded by people who respect me. And as for her, well, she's a reminder of the pain I went through, but also the strength I found in myself. Sometimes the best revenge isn't anger or destruction. It's silence, distance, and success. And when she said, "You don't own me," she was right. I don't. But she also doesn't own the version of me that stayed and suffered. That man is gone. The one who walked away. He's free.